Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today in this video, we are going to show you how to publish an app to the Google Play Store. Whether you are a developer or passionate about your app idea, this guide will help you launch your app with confidence. Are you ready to publish your app on the Google Play Store? Let's get started. For publishing an app to the Google Play Store, you will require a Google Developer account. To create a Google Developer account, you can head over to play.google.com/console and sign up with your Google account or Gmail. Yeah, we are assuming you already have a Google Developer account, so let's move directly towards creating your app on Google Play Console. The first step in the process is making the app ready for the release. I have listed down the prerequisites that you have to keep ready to publish your app on the Google Play Store. 1. You must have a unique application ID. If the application ID already exists, you won't be able to upload the app. 2. Your app name under 30 characters. 3. A short description of your app within 80 characters. 4. A detailed description of your app, features, and how your app functions within 4,000 characters. 5. App icon must be PNG or JPEG, up to 1 MB, 512 pixel by 512 pixel. 6. Feature graphic icon must be PNG or JPEG, up to 1 MB, 1024 pixel by 500 pixel. 7. Video, optional. 8. 2:8 phone screenshots, 16:9 or 9:16 aspect ratio, up to 8 MB each. Same applies for tablet and desktops, except for size. 9. You can take examples of your competitors or take the help of Google to create a privacy document. 10. If you're publishing your app from your personal developer account, then a list of emails of 20 testers who will be testing your app continuously for 14 days. Once you have all the prerequisites ready, we will go to the next step, which is to create an app on Google Play Console. To set up your app in the Google Play Console, sign into your Google Play Console account, and you'll see this home screen. Now, click on the Create App button to create a new app. Let's fill in the app details. Here, you have to enter your app name. It must be under 30 characters. Choose your app's default language. Select whether it's an app or a game. Now, choose whether your app will be free or paid. You can also change this selection later in the store setting until you publish your app. The free option is permanent. If you envision a paid version in the future, consider creating a separate paid version of the app. The paid version will require you to set up a merchant account. Now, accept the declarations and click on the Create App button in the bottom right corner to create your app. This is your app's dashboard page. Here they have listed down the tasks you need to complete to release your app. The first section is internal testing. You can also complete this section after setting up your app. Now, the second section is to finish setting up your app. This section is mandatory. Here you will be providing your app's information for store listing. So, these are the 11 tasks you need to complete to set up your app. Let's complete them quickly one by one. 1. Privacy policy. I've already mentioned the privacy policy document in the prerequisites. Copy the URL of the published privacy policy document, paste it here, and click on the Save button. A privacy policy is mandatory if your app is directed towards children under the age of 13. Now, go back to the dashboard and see one of the 11 tasks completed. 2. App access. Here, you have to mention if your app needs any special access like login credentials to use the app. This information is required by Google to review your app completely before approving it for closed testing. If your app doesn't require any special access to use, you can select all functionality in my app is available without any access restrictions. And If your app requires any special access, select all or some functionality of my app is restricted. Now, click on the Add Instruction buttons and fill in the details one by one. This information helps Google Play access the restricted parts of your app. Google uses this information to review your app every time you submit an update, so make sure that this information is kept up to date. Our app requires login to access the app, so here, I will enter normal login in the instruction name. Now, enter the username and password for Google to access the app. Google will use this username and password to access the app. You can add more information here if your app or some functionality of your app is restricted. For example, if your app has two-factor authentication, location-based access, QR code, membership, subscriptions, etc., you can add them here. Now, click on the Add button to save this information and go back to the dashboard. 3. Ads. Does your app contain ads? If you have implemented Ads SDK in your app, then select Yes or else No and save. Four. Content rating. Content rating helps users to identify if your app is suitable for them. Complete the questionnaire to receive ratings for your app. Click on the Start Questionnaire and enter the email address to receive the app's content rating results. Select the category of your app, whether it is a game or social or communication app or any other type of app, and click Next. Now, read all the questions carefully and answer them one by one. All these questions are related to your app's content. Once you have finished all the questions, click on the Next button, and you'll see the summary of your app's content rating based on the answers you have selected. Click on the Save button, and then go back to the dashboard again. 5. Target audience. Select the target age group of your app. Here, I have selected the age groups 5 and under, 6 to 8, and 9 to 12. If your app contains kids, then you need to comply with the Google Play developers policies. Google will check your app for those policy violations. If your app doesn't comply with those policies, then they may remove your app from Google Play. Click on the Next button. Here, you have to select Yes or No, depending on whether your app collects personal or sensitive information. Now, complete the declaration that your app complies with all the applicable laws and regulations relating to children, and click on the Next button. Here, you can change the ad settings of your app. If you don't wish to change the settings, click on the Next button. Now, select whether you would like to join the Teacher-Proof program or not. Google has teamed up with teachers and children's education media specialists to spotlight the best apps for kids on Google Play. If you wish to join the program, click on Include My App in the Teacher-Approved program. If your app is approved, then it will display a Teacher-Approved badge and will appear and be featured in the Kids tab on Google Play. If you don't wish to join the program, simply click on the Don't Include My App in the Teacher-Approved program and click on the Next button. Now, check the summary of the target audience and make sure you verify your app for kids is safe and is applicable to all the legal laws and regulations before publishing. Here, I am moving back to the first step in selecting the target audience because our app's target audience is 18 and above. Selecting the 18 and above age group will redirect you to the fourth step, that is store presence. Does your store listing unintentionally appeal to children? Select Yes or No. I am selecting No because our app does not appeal to children. If you select Yes, a label Not Designed for Children will be shown next to your app on the Play Store. Now, click on the Next button, check the summary of the target audience, click on the Save button, and return to the dashboard. 6. News app. Is your app a new app? Select yes or no, click on the Save button, and go back to the dashboard. 7. Data safety. This is an important step. It helps your users understand how your app collects and shares their data. This is the overview page. Read all the details carefully and click on the next button to go to the next step. Now, select, does your app collect or share any of the required user data types? If your app collects data, then select yes. You will need to answer a few more questions related to the data types and data usage and handling. My app does not collect any user data type, so I have selected no. Now, click on the next button and you will be redirected to the store listing preview page, which will be shown on the Play Store. Click on the Save button and go back to the dashboard. 9. Government apps. If your app is developed by or on behalf of a government, select the yes or no option here, click on the Save button, and come back to the dashboard. 10. Financial features. Now, select all of the financial features your app provides. If your app doesn't deal with any of these payment-related features, select My app doesn't provide any financial features and click on the Next button. Here, we don't need to submit any documents, so click on the Save buttons and return to the dashboard. 11. Health. Here, you have to select all the health features of your app. If your app doesn't have any health features, then select My app does not have any health features, click on the Save button and return to the dashboard. Now, manage how your app is organized and presented. Click on the Select an App category and provide contact details. Now, click on the Edit button, select the app type and category from the list of categories, in which category your app falls under, and click on the Save button. It is useful to discover your app on Google Play Store. Now, select Manage Tags. You can select up to 5 tags based on your app's content and features. While it is not mandatory, but is helpful to list your app under user search on Google Play based on user search keywords. Now, scroll down to Store Listing Contact Details and click on the Edit button. Here, you have to provide an email address, phone number and website. Phone number and website are optional. This information will be shown to users on Google Play. Click on the Save button and go to the dashboard again. Now, click on Set up your store listing. It is the main store listing page where you enter your app's information like app name, short description, full description, app icon, screenshots, etc. to increase the discoverability of your app on Play Store. So, let's fill in the details. We have already entered the app name while creating the app on the Google Play console. If you wish to edit or change, you can do it anytime here. Now, copy other details like short and full descriptions from the prerequisites we have already created and paste them here. Scroll down to the graphics section to upload the app icon and feature graphics. If you have prepared a video for your app, then upload it to YouTube and provide the link in the video bar. Now, scroll down to the phone sections to upload the screenshots of the app. You have to add a minimum of 2 screenshots and a maximum of 8 screenshots here. And to be eligible for promotion, consider adding at least 4 screenshots of 1080 pixels on each side. If you have taken screenshots for 7 and 10 tablets and Chromebooks, you can upload them here and then click on the Save button. Now, go back to the dashboard. The setup has been completed, so the section has been removed from the dashboard page. The next section is testing. So, click on the View Tasks and select Testers. Scroll down to the Testers section and create or choose an email list of the testers who will be testing your app. You can add a URL or email address for testers to send feedback about the app to you. Once you have published the app, you can invite new testers to join your test on the web. Now, click on the Save button, scroll up to the Create and Roll out a release, and select Create a new release. To upload a bundle, you must provide a signing key or generate one using Play App Signing. Now, click on the Choose Signing Key option. Here you can choose the Google-generated key which is recommended. You can also choose your signing key which was generated while creating the app bundle in Android Studio. To be on the safer side, I will select a Google-generated key. Now, upload your app bundle. It might take some time, depending on your internet speed and the size of your app bundle. Once your bundle is uploaded, scroll down and mention the release name. It is used to identify your release build, so I'm keeping its same version number only as my release name. Now, add the release notes. You can mention the changes made in the release. While it is not mandatory and this is my first release build, I'm skipping it. Click on the Next button. Check all the details and then click on the Save and Publish button to publish your app. You have successfully submitted your app to the Google Play Store. The Google Play review process typically takes a few days, although it can sometimes take longer depending on the complexity of your app. During this time, Google will review your app to ensure it meets their technical requirements, adheres to their developer policy guidelines, provides a high-quality user experience, and accurately reflects the information in your store listing. Once your app is approved for release on the Play Store, they will send you an email congratulations. Your app has been approved and will be published on the Play Store within the next few hours. Alright, that's it for publishing your app. If you found this helpful, smash that like button, leave a comment below, share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the NG App Studio YouTube channel for more app development tutorials. If you get stuck anywhere along the way, leave a comment and we will be happy to help. Now, let's keep your app development journey rolling. Comment down, what kind of video would you like to see next?